Signs that you are healing. I didn't want to give this a number like there's the 6 signs you're healing, the 7 signs you're healing. There's no numbers. I'm just going to freestyle, see where it leads me. But for me, the first one is you stop giving a fuck to deeper and deeper degrees. Why do I say that? Because more often than not, on this healing journey, this subjective unfolding and unearthing of our process, we're often guided to do things that may be very peripheral to the culture that we're in. Even for me, living in Great Britain, in England, it was very rare. I was from, let's say, 10 years ago. I'm like 42 now. Well, it's probably longer than that now. Oh my God. Deep realization of coming in of my age right there. But that's okay, man. That's okay. But back in the day, let's call it that. Back in the day, started doing ice baths, started meditating, started doing all this stuff. Here in England, that was so not the thing to do. That just wasn't the thing to do, man. People were like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what is going on? But there was this part of me. There was this deep part of me, this calling, this soul-like part of me, that awakening that we go through. I'm sure you resonate with now, that you're like, it's now. I've got to do this. I've got to do what I'm being intuitively nudged to do. This is going to involve stepping away from what the grand populace of your culture may be doing, especially your family dynamic. Plenty of funny looks off my family over the years. Relationships are going to strain. But there's going to be a part of you that's like, I've got to do this and I don't know why. And that's when we start going into our logical brain. We start to think about why we're doing it, but then we start thinking we just got to trust the process. I spoke in a few videos ago about trusting the process. You start to subjectively, unconsciously follow that process. This is one of the biggest signs that you are healing. You start to question everything in your life for how it feels aligned to you. All of a sudden, being in true alignment is the most important thing for you to pursue. And it's going to feel very peripheral sometimes. It's going to be a little bit gnarly sometimes. It's going to be uncomfortable sometimes. There's going to be massive amounts of discord in your life. And that's another sign that you're going through a healing process. You start to really understand the link between the unconscious, conscious, and the world that we experience. When we go through some kind of healing process, however that may be in your subjective journey, it's a massive unearthing of what's happening within you. It's a massive tectonic plate shift of inner alignment that's occurring. And it's with these inner shifts that we go through. We could say that our journey from a nervous system perspective, when we go from a state of shutdown into a sympathetic state, that state of shutdown is where we feel hopeless, we feel cut off, we feel lacking purpose. And that comes with the byproduct of discord within our lives, however that may unfold. But then if we start to evolve into and heal into a sympathetic state, which is volatile, explosive, angry, reactive to our world. This is all going on within you, and it all comes at a cost with what you experience. We're all navigating to that regulated state, and through that journey, we obviously experience different degrees of discord within the emotional, vibrational frequency field. And that's all going to be reflected with people, persons, situations, circumstances within your life. You're going to be tested along the way, and those tests aren't coming in from God. We can't blame him. It's got nothing to do with him. It's like absolutely nothing. It's all to do with us. It's all to do with our awakening, our realization, our discovery of how connected we are from the inner to the outer. There's going to be discord, guys. There's going to be an unsettling field going on. And it's from that unsettling, say, rock bottoms, those discord moments, those cataclysmic goings on, which then start to distill and deploy that self-inquiry of like, this isn't what I want anymore. This is not aligned with my truest self-expression, my highest self, my more evolved being that I'm striving to be, but not making it better or worse. This isn't about shaming where we are. This isn't like bringing in shame, condemnation of where we are. It's not. It's beautiful where we are. It's all signs that you are healing. This is all major signs that you are healing and you are evolving. You're resolving, you're dissolving, you're bringing discord into accord. You are creating harmony. You're tuning into the vibration of flow. You're tuning into the frequency of love. And love can be fierce love, and fierce love works out in our lives, showing us all our blank spots that we need to be aware of. Bringing the unconscious conscious, bringing the dark into light. We have to be aware of that darkness. That's another big sign. Becoming aware of your blind spots, your shadow self, your dark areas that you've suppressed and repressed and don't want to admit and are denying about yourself. But then you come to realize that it's actually just part of being human. All the darkness that's got nothing to do with God or anything like that. It's just a natural consequence of being human. This is one of the big signs. We come into these different degrees of revelation and realization, more so that it's all to do with what's going on within me. It just needs my recognition and realization of that is the process. That is the process. We come away from being a victim. We get tired of being a victim. We recognize our own victimhood. We recognize our own parts of ourselves, that victimhood, like blaming the world, projecting. You start to see your own projections onto the world. You start to see that everything is a projection onto the world, which you have full dominion over, either consciously or unconsciously. But like I said, that one of that big healing signs is you're ready to become more conscious of the unconscious. You start to be relieved that you have the chance to be able to observe your dark spots. You get relieved that you can be the captain, the guidance system of your soul and ship. You have full dominion over everything. And it comes with a large part of that to do with your recognition and realizations. So with wherever you are, my beautiful, spiritual, seeking, awakening compadre, yeah, wherever you are, man, it's cool. There's going to be those bits where it's like, shit, man, I don't want to go through this. What am I doing? What did I sign up for, man? Damn that amnesia that we get when we go into embodiment. Our soul was like, yeah, man, sorry, bro. You're just like leaving into the human realm. And he's like, you're going to forget everything, mate. Sorry. sorry. You're going to forget it all, man. You got to go into those realizations, big guy, because that is part of the growth process. If we didn't have that amnesia, there'd be nothing to learn, would there? What would be the point of all of this? We're here to learn. We're here to learn and grow. And it was our decision to do that. So that's what makes it joyful, playful and lighthearted. And that's another key quality that we got to bring in. Whatever signs and symptoms you're going through your healing journey, be playful with it. Be joyful with it. Take it from a guy that spent many years and decades resisting, enjoying resistance, enjoying the pain, enjoying the misery. It's okay to enjoy the pain and the misery, but that's just part of it. We have this part of us that naturally has an inclination for that. So sending you love wherever you are, my friend, sending you so much love, light, even the dark spots of me now that are here, I'm trying to embrace them all. There are obviously still some here, but every day I'm becoming more aware of what's going on. We're all doing this. We're all in this together. We're all holding each other's hands and walking each other home, as the lovely Ramdas said. Sending you love, my friend, on this day. Peace out. God bless. And I'll see you all in the next video.